What's up, peeps? Figured I'd do a quick little video here for you guys. If any of you, my musician friends out there, were interested in getting to doing some home recording on their computer. I'm far from any expert. Far from it. Tons to learn. Learned quite a bit in the past few months. Had a lot of fun with it, so maybe I'll give you a couple of pointers. Maybe I'll point you in the right direction. Get you going on this thing. Doesn't take much to get started. I'll go through a couple of the things. The free drum machine I found originally I used. The free DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, which is very useful. It's not as good as Pro Tools and Reaper and stuff, which I'll get into Reaper, which I use now. And just a couple of things you're going to need to do so. First thing you're going to need, you seriously need a little bit of talent. One thing I learned about recording is how much I really sucked at timing, holding notes in key when I was singing. It will be a wake-up call, trust me. But, hey, it's only going to make you that much better of a musician, so you got nothing to lose. It's fun. Great thing about the technology nowadays is you, me, anybody else, somebody in friggin' Russia, China, we can all record a song together from the comfort of our homes. You see it on YouTube all the time. Fantastic musicians on there collaborating. A lot of guys I follow, like Leo. I know a lot of you guys follow Leo on YouTube. Jared Dines, I think his name is. Stevie T. A lot of musicians on YouTube. Very talented. And they collaborate together over the internet, whatever. So, again, fun, whatever. So, a few things you're going to need. You're going to need a computer. You do not need to go out and buy the latest friggin' iMac, all right? No matter what they say. You don't need huge amounts of CPU power to do home recording. You're going to be doing video? Yes, you do. Trust me, my computer hates me when I start doing video shit. So, I'm a PC guy. I don't do Apple. I don't buy into any of that shit. Sorry, but I run this thing's probably a 5-year-old HP Pavilion 23. No modifications whatsoever. No sound card modifications. No video card. Blah, blah, blah. I'm running Windows 10. I've seen guys running XP 7. You can do it all. That's the first thing you need. Second thing you need, you're going to need a USB audio interface. You can spend between $50 to thousands of dollars on these things. You're not a professional recording studio, so you really don't need to spend thousands of dollars. This thing cost me about $50. Works fantastic. It's got the mic preamp in it. It's got the phantom power for mics. These little RCA cords you see plugging itself back into itself. That's a little trick I learned on YouTube about latency, which is if people don't know what that is the delay where it's going through all the digital crap. You see you're playing a guitar chord, you hit the guitar chord, you hear it a split second later, and it messes you up when you try to record. So we got that. You got the USB. You're going to need a set of headphones and speakers. Not those little crappy little desktops. Something fairly decent. You can go through a stereo system, which I do up here. Microphone. This is a regular run-of-the-mill PV microphone for live applications. Will do the trick. This thing right here, condenser microphone, runs off phantom power off that board. You can spend between $20 and thousands of dollars again. This is a $20 microphone off of Amazon. Amazon will be your friend when it comes to home recording. Yes, it's not top-notch microphone. It does the job. Does it fairly decent considering I only paid $20. Considering this shock mount alone, probably worth more than $20 that came with it. Never mind the cord and all that other crap. You'll need a pop stopper. This keeps all your explosives, as they call them. Yeah, and you that pop into this microphone and make that popping noise. This will reduce that. Don't need it live, really. Live, you can get away with a lot of shit. You can play off the beat live. You can sing a little out of key live. You can pop, drop, and everything else on the microphone live. Recording, Not gonna happen. Like I said, you will realize how much you suck when you record. Trust me. All right, trust me. So again, I'm not into it much right there. There's a free drum machine online that I was using, and a free DAW. And then I went out and I bought also this little MIDI controller here. Okay, this was probably about $35, I think. Bottom of the barrel, does the job. That's so you can control the MIDI stuff if you go for the upper DAWs, not the free one. That doesn't do MIDI, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So hopefully I can get this video together. I've already gone through this a couple times. It's not working out well, so we'll see what we can do. Alright, so I'm going to end up doing a voiceover here since the video captures everything offline. Get the vocals and all that crap off to the video. So anyways, here's the free drum machine I find, Hydrogen. As you can see, all those little yellow things, those are the different drum beats and measures and stuff over here. You got all the different things that you can do. This is where your drum kit is over here. You get multiple drum kits inside. You can actually import more drum kits or sounds. That ain't even drums, samples, whatever I've done before. Over to the left on the bottom, that's where you get when you're working on your patterns up above. You can see all the different patterns, all those little different drum beats and drum fills, and it's a pretty versatile little program, especially for free. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I did a lot of recording with it. Takes a little time to do the programming, but in the end it's worth it. All I do is I go online, I look up the drum tablatures, and then that's how I program it to it. And then I'll listen to the song and fix anything that's wrong on the tablatures or whatever. Unless you're good with your ear and you can hear the drums and figure it out for yourself, hey, that's awesome. I can't do that. But again, great program. You do a ton of crap with it. It's free. What more can you ask for, right? So once you do all your song, get that all squared away, you save it, you export it as a song, and then you can put it into your DAW recording, which Audacity was the first one I used, which is absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a dime. There's no additional things hidden inside. There's no adware. There's no 99 cents to pay to do this, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, on this voiceover, you can't hear me playing the demonstration on there because I'm going through the microphone here, actually in my other DAW. You throw your drum track in here, then depending on the song, what you record next. You know, some songs, the bass really drives the song, so you record that first or whatever. I usually do guitars first or whatever, or I'll put a scratched vocal over it, you know, just so as like a timekeeper where I know I'm in the song. This program here, like I said, is very versatile, very easy to use. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. I know eventually here I go up to the top here. This program comes with a ton of free effects that you can add to the program. You can actually download other free effects, or as they call them, VST plugins. Excuse me. And do multiple things. The only difference about this program right here is the fact that when you add an effect to a track, there's the effects right there. When you add an effect to the track, it's on the track. And if, say, you add echo to a vocal, and then you worked another hour on the song, you have to keep going back, undo, 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 undo. It's a load of crap. So that's one of the downfalls to this program. But if you wait until you get everything pretty much squared away, then add your effects before you go into mix down, it's not so bad. Also has a mixing board, so when you're all done recording, you can mix all your different tracks. Get everything volume-wise together, and then you can export the song as a file, MP3 or WAV or whatever the hell you want to save it as. So, like I said, it's a pretty basic program, but it's free. It's great to learn on. I still use it sometimes for editing. It works pretty good for that. Then I moved up. I got a little bit more intense of a DAW, digital audio workstation, which right here is Reaper. Very popular. It is on par with Pro Tools and Logic and all that. They're all basically the same. They have a couple different things that they do. Excuse me. Big price difference. This one right here is a free 60-day evaluation. There's no restrictions. It's full-on program that you get when you buy it. So there's nothing holding you back. As you can see, how I got mine all set up. You can do so much stuff to this thing. You know, I colorize my different instruments and group them. Makes it easier for recording and mixing. You also have MIDI inside of Reaper, which you don't have in Audacity. Now, in MIDI, I use a drum machine in this instead of that Hydrogen now. Great program. This was free. The only thing that holds you back on this is every time you use it, you have to press that little skip button. Other than that, it's free. Again, you can't hear unfortunately you can't hear it. It's a great sounding drum program. Also has a mixer. Cymbals a little louder than the freaking rest of the drums. You can bring it down, bring it up. You can pan them left and right. All that good stuff. Very versatile. You can program your drums MIDI, kind of like that Hydrogen almost, basically going right through it. It takes some time, but then again, learning to play drums takes a lot of time too. Also, too, this has grooves. What it is, you can pull pre-programmed grooves, intros, drum beats, drum fills, etc., etc., right down into this little bar at the bottom, and you get instant drum track. You keep doing that, dumping it into your DAW, and you have a complete drum track. Now, I don't usually use that, except like when I did this. I did my cover of the Safety Dance. I wasn't trying to do the original. I was doing a rock version of it, so I basically did that. That's great, especially if you want to do original stuff. Fantastic for that. Also, MIDI 2 is the horn section in this Chicago song I did, 25 or 6 to 4. I don't play horns. I don't own any horns. So I had downloaded a free synthesizer VST plugin, and it had the different horns, and I programmed all the notes and what they played. This is an actual audio file of the MIDI file I did. What I do is I'll do the MIDI. I will save that as an audio file and put it back in. That way I'm not running a bunch of effects and everything else, which will slow down your CPU. That's a little bit later on when you get into it, but again, it's just the versatility of these programs. Like this one, I know I played the vocal line, and then I showed you how you can turn the effects off and on, the echo, and yada, 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 instead of like the Audacity where it's stuck on there, unless you keep doing the undo. This one, you can turn them off and on, add them. It's absolutely so much you can do with this program. It is ridiculous. And to buy this particular program, Reaper, it's only $60, which is insane for what it does. It's insane. You know, Pro Tools, you get $300, $400, $800, whatever. This is the same exact friggin' thing. You go on YouTube, there's multiple channels on YouTube that are just tutorials on how to use Reaper. So a lot of this stuff that I learned on Reaper, that's where I learned it from. Like right now, I am doing a voice over a video. I'm using Reaper. Never did it before. So literally just minutes before doing this, I went on friggin' YouTube. Typed in, video crap, whatever, on Reaper. Pulled up the tutorial video, watched it. Now I'm doing it. So again, versatility is just amazing. You can have a lot of fun. You can do a lot of creative stuff with this. So, again, feel free to ask me any questions, whatever, if you like. I'm not an expert, again. This is just stuff I know from my own personal experience in the past few months. Really enjoyed it, doing it. And that's the only reason why I'm putting this video out there, is maybe it'll give you guys a kick in the pants. Go, you've been kind of debating getting into it, but you don't know how to really do it. And whatever. Yeah, you can watch videos on YouTube. But again, maybe you just don't want to even be bothered. But maybe this will give you a little push in the right direction. Like I said, if you have any questions, hey, feel free to ask. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. If I know where to find the answer, I'll point you in the right direction. Again, it's all about having fun, making music. Even if you're not a musician, you can actually use this to make music. So, again, feel free to mess around. Again, any questions, put them in there, and any comments. I mean, I know some of you have seen some of the videos. You're probably sick of me posting friggin' music videos. But, like I said, I have fun with it. What's the sense of having fun if you can't share it with your friends? Hopefully it inspires you. It's a whole different animal compared to playing live. I know all you guys have been in bands forever, so let me tell you, like I said in the other parts of this video, you will realize how much you actually suck at playing or singing, and you'll fix it. Alright, so went through the basics. I tried to make it quick because videos just eat up a ton of computer processing, so to make a video is a pain in the ass for me. I don't have a super power computer for that shit. Anyways, what I do also too is you can get virtual guitar amps and everything else. I've had a problem with latency doing them. Get that slight delay when you're trying to record. Fucks my head up. Can't deal with it. I use my Digitech RP1000 4 pedal, which has amp simulators, all that crap. Beautiful for recording. Fantastic. You can use anything. You can plug into a distortion pedal into your audio interface because it has the preamp in it, and get your guitar sound with the zero latency. All right. Same thing with I got a little bass amp here. I run my bass through, line it right in, or I use my guitar rig that I use on stage, as I did in the Joe Satriani song I just did a few days ago. But that's the basis of it all. It's not complex. I mean, there is a lot of learning to do, but it's that learning. You're gonna have a lot of fun, doing it. You gotta put some time into it, but it's amazing what you can do. Fantastic for recording your original stuff. You want to write stuff. That drum machine I showed you in Reaper, like I said, dragging just the drum beats and the intros and stuff. I mean, how great is that for writing your own material? You can't beat it, So, if anybody has any questions, I'm gonna try to get this video together. Hopefully it comes out all right. If you have any questions or whatever, I'll gladly help if I can answer your questions. There's a lot more well-informed, professional people on YouTube that can answer your questions if you want to watch their videos. Especially with like Reaper, that program, there is multiple of channels. That's what the channel is about. How to use Reaper, how to use the different programs on Reaper. Like I said, I've only begun to scratch the surface, but anytime I have a question, I go on there. I got so much information right there in my hands to learn how to use it. So again, hopefully this will get you a little inspired, give you a kick in the ass. You don't have to be a multifaceted musician. You don't have a bass. In Reaper, you can actually program a MIDI bass line. So the computer will play the bass line. Or the piano. A couple of songs, when I did the Rihanna song, Stay, I sat there and programmed all the piano, so I didn't have to play it. I just programmed it out. Yes, it takes time, but just trying to record straight piano playing, it's going to take you time. So, like I said, you can have a lot of fun with it. Hopefully this helps.